Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really fascinating area, AI tech in, let's say, creative and specialized adult spaces. It's matured incredibly quickly, especially looking at 2025.
It really has. The innovation is just, well, it's exploding, driven by this huge demand for tools that are uncensored, yes, but also safe and, crucially, highly detailed.
Right. And for anyone trying to navigate this, it must feel overwhelming. So many tools popping up.
Exactly. It's a lot. So what we've done is sort of distill the essence from our research, looking at the key features you need, the really important ethical points, and, some of the top tools out there right now for NSFW AI images.
Okay, so the mission here is like a shortcut, helping people understand realism, customization,
And privacy. That last one is absolute non-negotiable. You want to cut through the noise.
What strikes me is the creative freedom. It's pretty immense, isn't it? Exploring fantasies, concepts in a totally safe AI-generated space.
That's the appeal. But yeah, picking the right generator, that's the challenge. There's a big difference between a high-end tool and just a quick novelty thing.
So what makes that difference? You mentioned 5 critical features.
Absolutely. If you're after quality, real control, and you want to create responsibly, these are the things you need to look for straight away.
Okay, let's unpack this. For someone wanting that professional grade, really customized result, what are the top 2 features that immediately separate the good from the just okay?
Number 1 and 2 are accurate detail and robust customization. We're way past simple prompts now, like woman in red dress. That's not enough anymore.
Right.
The AI has to handle complex, really lengthy instructions. Think multi-clause prompts to get that ultra-realism people are now looking for.
So if I wanted, say, specific lighting, like high contrast, dramatic shadows, or a very particular facial expression, the AI needs to basically process that complex language almost like it's reading code.
Precisely. It needs that level of comprehension. And then the customization part is just as vital. Can you upload reference images? Can you tweak body types specifically? Adjust facial features?
So it's not just about understanding the prompt, but letting the user guide the generation more directly.
Exactly. If it can only handle a quick, simple concept, it's just not going to deliver the kind of detail and control we're talking about.
Okay, that makes sense. And when you're putting in that much specific detail, potentially quite personal detail into a prompt, well, anonymity suddenly becomes incredibly important, doesn't it?
Paramount. It's a critical transition. The more specific you are, the more you need to trust the platform with your privacy.
So how do you verify that trust? We see promises of safety everywhere. What should users actually look for?
You have to look deeper than just the marketing blurbs. Look for generators that really emphasize anonymity. And what that means is they should state clearly they don't store your prompts or the images you generate.
No storage at all.
Ideally, yes. And they need high-level encryption. That's key.
Okay, high-level encryption. What does that look like in practice? Is there like a technical standard or something we should be searching for, something that guarantees my data isn't just sitting on their server somewhere?
Yes, there is. Look for mentions of progressive web application technology, or PWA.
PWA. Okay.
What that means, basically, is that the processing happens over a highly encrypted connection, kind of like in a secure bubble. And the output, your images, your chat logs, whatever, it doesn't get stored on the company's main database.
So it's like creating something locally, almost, in a secure browser space.
That's a good analogy. Think of it like that. The file is generated and handed to you, but the platform doesn't keep a copy tied back to who you are. That lack of central storage is a huge win for security.
Wow, okay. That really shifts the dynamic, gives the user much more control and, peace of mind.
Definitely.
Now let's talk user experience. You need that security, obviously, but you also need an interface that's, actually usable, easy to navigate, maybe good mobile access.
Correct. You can't have a system that's so complex it just kills your creativity. But, and this is important, ease of use shouldn't mean lower quality output.
Right, the trade-off.
Exactly. You still need high resolution, fine details, a good range of styles, photorealistic, anime, whatever you're after. My advice, test a few. See what the actual output looks like before you commit, especially to a paid plan.
That's solid advice. Okay, so we've covered detail, customization, privacy, ease of use versus quality. What's the 5th critical feature?
It's actually 2 related things: cost and community.
Ah, the practicalities.
Right. Pricing varies a lot. You'll find free trials, but they often limit quality or how many images you can make. Then there are subscriptions for the premium stuff, like advanced editing tools or maybe specific style models.
And the community aspect, why is that important?
Don't underestimate it. Good platforms often have active communities, forums, Discord servers, places where people share prompts, troubleshoot issues, get updates from the developers.
So it's like a support network and inspiration source rolled into one.
Exactly. It helps you learn faster and really get the most out of the tool.
Okay, that framework makes perfect sense. We know what features to look for. But now, the really heavy topic, ethics, responsibility. This feels foundational.
It absolutely is. Having access to these powerful tools is one thing, but using them responsibly, that's where knowledge really matters. Our sources lay out 3 sort of absolute non-negotiables, rules every user has to stick to no matter which generator they pick.
Okay, lay them on us. What are these core ethical rules?
First, the content must comply with your local laws and regulations. That's baseline.
Makes sense. Legal first.
Second, never, and this is absolute, never create, share, or use hateful or offensive content. Anything designed to harm or degrade others is out, period.
Got it. Zero tolerance there. And the third?
Third, the content must be about people who have genuinely consented to having their likeness generated.
Okay, that consent rule.
Yeah.
That sounds crucial, but also tricky with AI, right?
Mm.
How can an AI possibly verify consent? It can't ask for ID.
You've hit the nail on the head. It can't.
So isn't that rule kind of theoretical? It puts all the burden on the user to self-police.
It does, and that's the critical point. Because the AI can't check consent, the responsibility and, frankly, the legal liability falls entirely on the user.
Which really reinforces the advice we often hear.
Exactly. For both ethical and legal safety, the smartest approach is to stick to creating content featuring purely fictional characters or images that are 100% generated by the AI with no direct link to a real, non-consenting person.
So if the face, the body, everything is synthesized by the AI based on descriptions, not based on an uploaded photo of someone real who hasn't agreed.
Then you eliminate that specific consent risk entirely. It becomes a much safer space for experimentation.
That makes the stick-to-fictional advice much more practical. It's basically a liability shield. Okay, so beyond those big ethical rules, what about the user's own privacy? What practical steps can someone take?
Right. Shifting from platform ethics to individual actions. We mentioned choosing platforms known for anonymity, especially those PWA-enabled ones that don't store your stuff. Beyond that, consider using a VPN. Adds an extra layer of protection, masks your location.
Good tip.
And be creative with your prompts. Definitely push the boundaries of the AI, but be very conscious about leaving out any personal details. Don't include names, locations, anything identifiable about yourself or people you know. Keep it abstract or fictional.
And just to be crystal clear, the sources are very explicit about what's completely forbidden content, yes.
Absolutely explicit. Images involving children, completely forbidden. Any non-consensual content, obviously. And misusing copyrighted material is also a no-go.
So again, sticking to unique, fictional, or purely AI-generated concepts is the way to go for safe, legally sound creation.
That's the safest path, yes.
Okay. We have the features, we have the ethics. Now let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. Can we look at some specific examples of top generators, maybe see how they specialize?
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting, because these tools aren't all the same. They really do cater to different niches, different needs. Speed, privacy, animation focus, editing.
Let's start with one you mentioned earlier, Nastia AI. Highlighted as maybe the best free, uncensored option, and it tackles that privacy point head on.
Yes, Nastia AI is a strong contender. It offers a good volume of images, decent quality, and crucially, it doesn't filter based on sexuality or language in the prompts. But its standout feature is that PWA encryption we discussed.
The one where they don't store your stuff.
Exactly. Your conversations, your generated images, processed, delivered to you, but not kept on their central databases. That's a significant security plus for anyone prioritizing anonymity.
Okay, so if Nastia has that strong privacy angle, why might someone choose, say, AI Scribble? That one's noted as best for free images with no content filters. What's the difference, the trade-off?
It often comes down to speed versus depth, or maybe complexity. AI Scribble is known for being super simple. Easy interface, results are almost instant.
For quick generation.
Right. Great if you want something fast, maybe exploring simple concepts. But the trade-off is usually fewer secondary options, less fine-tuning, less detailed customization, and potentially fewer of those advanced privacy measures compared to Nastia. You're trading some control for speed and simplicity.
Gotcha. Simple and fast versus deeper control and privacy. What about for sheer volume and experimentation? Perchance AI comes up there.
Perchance AI is interesting. It's often recommended for unlimited NSFW AI images. It really leans into letting you experiment endlessly, playing with prompts, trying different styles, exploring fantasy scenes, abstract ideas.
So it's great for learning prompt engineering, maybe, without worrying about usage limit.
Exactly. Great for just trying things out, seeing what works, exploring the possibilities without hitting a paywall or a credit limit immediately.
Okay, and for users who want moving pictures, not just stills.
That's where C-Art comes in. It's often cited as the best for animated AI art, taking those AI-generated concepts and adding motion, creating short animated clips or sequences.
A whole different dimension. And finally, for the real perfectionists, the ones who need to tweak every little detail.
That points towards getmg.ai. Its strength lies in its dedicated editing tools. So you generate an image, but then you can go in and refine it. Use in-painting to fix a small area, out-painting to expand the scene.
So it's more like a combined generator and editor.
Pretty much. It gives you that post-generation control, which is crucial for professionals or anyone who needs pixel-perfect results.
Before we move on for the tools, let's revisit that point about prompts. We know detail is key. Can you give a quick example? Like a really basic prompt versus a professional one that would actually work well.
Sure. A basic, ineffective prompt might be just woman on street. Super vague, right? The AI has almost nothing to work with.
It leaves everything to chance.
Exactly. Now, a good detailed prompt would be something like photorealistic portrait, woman, early 30s, sharp focus, cinematic lighting with deep shadows, detailed skin texture, wearing a vintage deep blue velvet dress, standing on a rain-slicked city street at twilight, Canon EOS R5 simulation, 8K resolution.
Wow. Okay, the difference is huge. Style, lighting, camera details, resolution.
Specificity. That's what unlocks the realism and control in the best generators. Clear, explicit instructions.
That makes it very concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that covers using these tools as an individual creator. But what if someone's thinking bigger, like entrepreneurially? Can you actually build a business around this, a platform?
That's a really interesting question, and it points to a major emerging trend. Moving beyond just using the tools to actually building platforms powered by them.
So not just creating content, but creating the environment for content.
Precisely. And there are solutions emerging specifically for this, like Skrill AI. It's positioned as a kind of all-in-one, low-effort solution for creators or entrepreneurs who want to build their own adult AI platform for engagement, monetization, the whole package.
So this isn't just a generator. It's like a business in a box. For someone wanting to own the brand, the platform, the revenue.
That's the idea. It provides a whole suite of tools designed for that purpose.
What kind of tools are we talking about?
Well, things like AI-powered companions, text-based chatbots you can interact with, and their personalities can be customized. Then there's explicit image generation, of course, often with features like blurred previews to encourage users to subscribe or pay.
Built-in monetization mechanics.
Right. Plus immersive roleplay features, a full back-end dashboard for the admin to manage everything, and tools to handle subscriptions, token systems, whatever payment model they choose.
That sounds comprehensive. But what's the really big advantage here? What makes this model potentially revolutionary for this kind of business?
I think the absolute key advantage, the game changer, is that you don't need any human models.
That sidesteps a huge area of complexity and risk.
Completely. Think about traditional adult content creation. You've got massive complexities around labor laws, consent verification, which has to be ongoing, privacy issues, model safety, not to mention the sheer cost of photo shoots, studios, staff.
Right, a huge operational overhead.
By using purely AI-generated content, you remove all of that. There are no human models involved, so those specific risks just vanish. You can handle unlimited requests, scale up easily, and you retain total ownership of the brand, the content, and crucially, the revenue stream.
So it offers flexibility, realism, potentially matching top generators, scalability, and massively reduced risk and overhead.
That's the promise. It packages the tech into an enterprise solution.
And presumably, these platforms also have to prioritize user data security, just like the individual generators, for their own credibility.
But absolutely. Building trust is essential if you're trying to build a brand and a paying user base in this space. Security is paramount for them, too.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Looking at 2025, the landscape for NSFW AI creation seems incredibly dynamic. Lots of creative freedom.
Definitely. Whether you want hyper-realistic images or maybe something more stylized or even animation, the options are there.
And it spans the range, right? from free tools focused on privacy like Nastia AI or unlimited experimentation with perchance AI.
To premium options with detailed editing like GetEmJet AI, and even these full-blown enterprise platforms like Skrill AI for building your own business. The level of detail and customization available now is just unprecedented.
It really feels like the technology has hit a new level of maturity.
It has, and that's the critical takeaway, perhaps. The speed of change here is just relentless. New features pop up constantly. Image quality gets better almost month by month. New safety tools, new privacy protocols.
So staying informed is key.
It's more than key, it's essential. What really stands out from all this research is the ongoing necessity of keeping yourself updated. You need to know about the latest platform changes, the improvements in quality, the evolving privacy protections, because only then can you ensure you're experimenting, creating, engaging responsibly, in good conscience, aware of the ethical and legal lines.
So the real work isn't just learning the tools once.
No, the real work is the continuous learning, staying informed, understanding the shifting landscape. That is the true task of the informed, ethical user in this rapidly evolving space.